What is an autobiography?
It can start from the past, middle to present, or you can do from the present to the middle to the past.
Yes, it can have different chronologies. We call those chronologies. But what is it? What is an autobiography? You know what? Let's map it.
Auto. The root word thing is auto.
Somebody grab a guide.
I got one.
Get your guides out. Let's map it. Who wants to come up and bracket out the prefix? Elijah, what's the prefix?
Auto.
Come and bracket it out. Good. What's the root? Shay. Bio. That's the root. And what's the suffix? What does auto mean?
Automatically.
What does auto mean?
Self.
Thank you. Auto means self. What's a biography? What's bio?
Life.
Bio, the root means life. Graphy. That's a compound suffix. What does it mean? What's a graph?
Like
It's a chart. It's a chart. So this is the chart. Or listing of. So what do you think an autobiography is?
It's a story of a person's life as told by that person.
Written by that person, by the self. Rather not written, but told by that person. Some people dictate their autobiographies and someone else writes it. So an autobiography is the story of a person's life as that person saw it. So that person is telling the story. The writer shares memories from childhood to present, often adding insights about events. So they give you their perspective. They make judgments. They give you their perspective and their point of view of things that happened. And they tell all about experiences that were important to them. We are going to read 4 autobiographies. I want you to take a quick look at page 574. First autobiography is called Langston Terrace, and it's written by Eloise Greenfield. I want you to take a picture walk. We are on page 574, and look through that story. Look at the pictures and read the captions. And then I want you to raise a hand and tell me what you think that story is about. At the very top of page 574, you're going to find the synopsis, which is a summary or some insight about what this story is about. Take a quick look at that, and then think about that while you are looking at the pictures. And I'll read it to you. In this selection from her autobiography, poet and author Eloise Greenfield describes a place that has played an important part in her life, the neighborhood where she grew up. So Eloise Greenfield is a famous writer, And she wrote this to share her childhood experiences with her readers. So we're going to read about a writer. The next autobiography is page 579, Jane Goodall. Who recognizes that name? Who's Jane Goodall? If you go to page 579, you'll also get a synopsis at the top of that page that tells you what to expect. Jane Goodall is a famous researcher. She was one of the first women to go to Africa to do field research. Yes, she studies chimpanzees. So we're going to learn about her. That's what we'll learn about this week. We're reading these two autobiographies, and as you read through them, you will note important events, key events in the lives of each of these authors. So we're going to get right to it. You have your vocabulary. If you come across the word, go back to your vocabulary. Make sure you understand what the word means in context. When you find a vocabulary word in the book, go back and check to see what it means so that you remember. It helps you remember your vocabulary. We're going to work on our packet. So as you're reading, make sure you answer all the questions on the comparison chart for the packet. For Jane Goodall and our first story about Eloise. Any questions? Go ahead and start buddy reading now.